ordered a new toy, Paul.
What'd you order?
Electric drywall sander. It's
Huh.
9 inches around. It's got an arm on it. You can on walls or in the ceiling and stuff. You can change the variable speed on the motor, and I ordered a bunch of sanding pads for it. It was cost me a couple $100, but we'll see. I think it's going to make my life so much easier because I got to do that. I got to do a ceiling here, and I got to do a repair over in the other one there. So I got a lot of sanding and stuff to do. I said, hell, anything to make my life a little easier. No,
AZ is first, Paul.
who's that? AC.
AZ, yeah.
AC.
Followed by Dominic right afterwards.
Yeah, I think I've heard that AZ before that, but yeah. Okay, better bring the pop out chat around here so I can see who's all there. Hey, look at that. Even Palmer's there. Okay.
Hey, here comes Mr. Justin.
Kevin O'Leary calls Trudeau the absolute worst prime minister ever of Canada.
And here comes Dominic.
You know who Kevin O'Leary is. He's one of those guys that rich guys give money away on that show, for entrepreneurs.
Morning, all.
Hey, how you doing?
How is everybody?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Just looking at a possible thunderstorm near me, so keeping an eye on that one.
Oh no, look out, a thunderstorm. Oh.
Yeah.
So I talked to the big boss today.
Yeah, about your truck situation?
Yeah, so what they're doing is they had me clean all my stuff out of the new truck. They're retiring that one as well. They're having a tow truck come pick it up and he's delivering another one. So I'm just supposed to leave that one at the dealership. They said just abandon it at the dealership.
Okay.
And we'll talk to the dealership. We'll be there within a week to pick it up. The dealership said that was fine. So.
Well, what are they going to do per truck for you?
Oh, I got my old one still that's semi-running. So they should have another one to me within 4 or 5 days. I mean, it only took them like 4 days last time to get me one. So when they rushed it, so now they're really rushing it because now they all feel like a bunch of assholes because of what's been going on. So I had both the bosses call me. We're like, we're so sorry. Just hold on. We're working on it. We didn't mean for this to happen. He goes, I'm all over it. So the big boss was pissed off about it. So he was really pissed when he found out how many miles it had on it.
Yeah.
The one they sent you? Yeah.
Yeah, because he specifically told them to send me one with low mileage. So now they have the asset manager, the one that's in charge of the fleet, or the fleet manager. She has to physically check the truck before it leaves and make sure that it's in good condition and that it has low mileage. I'm just glad I have to bring the other one back to the house because I wouldn't have no more damn room in my damn front yard.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I said. I told him this morning, I said, I asked one of the other techs, I said, you want to start a Jeep dealership with me? I said, I'm collecting them.
Wow.
So as soon as I get this other one, then they can come pick up my old one and that will be gone. So hopefully I'll have something within the next 2-3 days. Because what happened was so they found out like a whole bunch of shit was broke on this truck, right? And they went to go look at it and they noticed that the front end was kind of pushing in on the motor and they're like, what the hell's going on here? So the dealership went and did a Carfax report on it so they could get some history on the truck. They found out it was an accident in 2019. And the whole front end wasn't fixed properly and it was pushing into the motor.
It was fixed on the cheap, probably.
And so, yeah. What's up, David, Dustin?
Makes you wonder.
Edward.
What's up?
So I called, that's when I called my boss this morning. I said, so I emailed him. I said, hey, Aaron, it's Justin. I was just letting you know the new truck you sent me, they want thousands upon thousands of dollars to fix this thing. I said, it's got 170,000 miles on it. What do you want to do? He goes, he emails me back and this is the exact words. I'm super pissed. They should have never sent you that. I'm working on it right now. We're getting you something there immediately. And that was all he said to me. But he literally said in the email, I'm super pissed. I was like,
Wow.
okay. So he was a really nice guy when I met him. I'm a really nice guy. So he seemed like he really wanted to help us. I mean, because
Yeah.
everything that we brought to his attention, he sat there and was literally emailing the right people as we were telling him our problems. He was doing the emails right there at the table. Do. If we said we needed something, he'd email the person that dealt with it.
Sounds to me like they crossed the wrong person this time.
Yeah, I think so. Which is fine. Like I'm not mad at him about it because he gave them orders to do something and they didn't follow it, so that's on them. So they're gonna deal with him, not me. So like I said before, it only took about 3 days for the truck to get here, so I'm assuming I should have something by this weekend.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
Bill's in here already tonight there. Hey, how's it going,
Hey,
Bill?
Bill, how you doing?
Hey, Bill.
Edward's in the house too now.
Yeah. Ed has.
Hey, Ed,
Oh, Dominic, I got your message. I'm not gonna
no worries.
be there. I mean, I'll probably be in the chat, but I'm not gonna be.
No
That's
worries.
usually when I'm laying down in the bed. So
No worries. I felt I needed to invite. So,
oh, I'm sure you can get some people on there.
oh, definitely. I just felt I needed to invite you.
Oh, you're not gonna do a legit Tammy Jean stream and just do it by yourself for 2 hours?
I don't think so. I don't think I could do more than probably 15 minutes on my own. It's not my style.
It's hard to keep it going by yourself. It's not an
Anything, as
easy
I said,
thing.
anything more than 15 minutes is probably stretching it for me. I like to bounce off people.
Well, I mean, like I don't have a problem keeping it going as long as there's people active in the chat
Yeah.
and they're talking to me and asking me questions. But if they're not saying anything,
Mm.
I'll just hit a brick wall and I'll be like, okay. And then it
Yeah,
gets like
it's-
awkward silence.
It's dead
Yeah.
air, you know?
Yeah. Hello, Ron.
Ron.
That Ron Lockwood
Hey.
popping in?
I
Yep.
think so.
Sooner
Yeah.
or later.
What's up, Brown?
You know, say he's gotta be on his way home, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's on the highway.
Yeah, I am. My camera working. Okay. I don't know why, but for some reason my camera's not working.
Oh no.
That's not good.
Yeah, hey, Ron, if it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all today.
Mm.
I'd say this month, yeah, but yeah, that was a long night. Oh my gosh. Got called out at 2:30 for a little preemie baby, and we're out all night with it. And my wagon's dragging a little bit.
Yeah, I imagine you're tired.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of job that actually, in my mind, is for younger people because they're up all hours of the day and night. As you get older, you don't have that same amount of energy. You try and do it, but sooner or later you got to refill the tank.
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know if that would help my tank or not. Yeah, my tank's pretty, wagon's dragging and Yeah, a little tired. I'm only gonna have you guys for a couple of minutes. I'm almost into Sundance, Wyoming. And
Sundance.
yeah,
How's the weather there, Ron?
once I about 40 degrees.
All I caught was 40 degrees.
Yeah, we lost him.
I'm surprised he gets as good a reception out in Wyoming
Mm,
and like the areas that he travels in normally.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about very sparse, spread out populations in those states.
Yep.
So the cell coverage and internet coverage is usually not very well in those places.
Do they, and maybe somebody knows, they used to have repeaters that you could put on a truck or a car that would repeat your signal stronger and send it out?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
buy cell boosters,
Yeah,
but they're expensive.
yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
So,
Yeah, you can get them through your cell phone companies, but they're, from what I've heard, they're a bit pricey. I don't know though.
Yeah.
But I know some of the cell phone companies, you can actually purchase one through them. As people use them at their houses and stuff in some areas. And it's
Yeah.
just an antenna you put out.
yeah,
And
we
I
got
think-
one at the hunting cabin.
Oh, do you?
Yep. Kind of like
And
that.
I think the bridge teardown is on hold. Not on hold for very long, but I think they're regrouping is my thought is.
Well, the stupid thing is they should have took all that wood off there before they started cutting
Yep.
up the steel.
Yep.
Like, I don't understand why they didn't get rid of all those railroad ties.
That's a rookie move. Yep.
Mm,
I mean, those things are soaked in oil. Those things are just, it's not a good thing to have around when you're,
Especially when
Torch
you're
and
using a metal cutting torch, you know?
yeah,
Mhm.
using a acetylene torch on a, right next to that, you might as well have a bundle of paper sitting there.
And you know what I found comical, if you watch my video, is the guys in there have like a regular fire extinguisher and it's just shooting little piss of water. It almost like he's pissing on the fire.
What they
Yeah,
should
there
have
you
done
are,
is,
Ron.
There we go.
Yep.
oh yeah, they didn't want to call the fire department. They would have got a big ass bill for that. Cause they probably would have brought out one of those fire boats. You know, because it would have sprayed the water straight up to the top.
Yep.
And they probably would have got billed for that. But that wouldn't have been cheap neither. You're talking probably 15, 20 grand for fire department to come out and deal with that. I mean, even though technically fire departments and, you know, medical stuff is all public service, you still gotta
Mm.
pay for that stuff.
yeah.
Mhm.
The only thing is they have to respond, but you still have to flip that bill at some point.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like over here, you know, you can go to the emergency room, the hospital has to treat you, but you still gotta pay the bill at some point.
Yeah.
Gotta pay the piper.
Yeah, but I think they stopped to regroup or something, or they had never worked on it all day today, so.
Oh, the feds raised the interest rates again today.
Yep, up a quarter of a point.
And this is exactly why everything's so damn expensive. You know, I was watching a guy who was going around to the dealerships. He's a used car dealer and he has a YouTube channel and he was going around to the dealerships looking at new prices. And some of these markups were insane, like an F-150 that was around 40, 45,000. These dealers were marking up to 75, 80 grand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And they
Fucking-
think people are gonna pay that. There's some
And that-
people that will, but there's a lot more that won't.
There's nobody, and that's the thing is like, car sales are at an all-time low ever in history of the United States. Like as far as the car industry goes, we're at the lowest point ever
Mm.
in car sales.
I mean, I'd love to trade mine in and get a newer one, but you know what? It looks in good shape and it runs great. It's got a lot of miles
And
on
you
it.
know the truck, that's the thing.
But do
Yeah.
you know the thing is though, the crazy thing is though, is Ron's truck, as many miles are on it and it being used, is almost worth what a truck is without the markup.
Yeah.
Ron probably could get 25 grand for his truck the way it is right now.
Mm.
I bet you I could.
Like
Yeah.
that's the crazy thing is used cars because so many people are buying used cars right now. The price of used cars are through the roof, man. If you have a couple of used cars and you don't need one of them,
Yeah.
shit, this is the time to sell it.
Hey, Paul,
Good.
there's a message on there from Seven Seas.
Yeah, I gave him my email address.
I don't think he got it because it was so late after the fact when you put it up there.
Guys, here's Sundance, Wyoming. We can
Mm.
see the mountains up there. It's
Sundance.
the town famous for Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Seven Seas wants to know if they can contact you through email, Paul.
I thought Paul sent him his email yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
I think it was so much later after he asked. He might have been gone already.
You're good, Seven Seas, no big deal.
There you done.
Well, you got to be
I
able
want to fly my
Oh,
drone
oh.
up that mountain.
Yeah, it almost sucks that you don't have a second car, Ron. I'd be like, man, because you could make some dike off your
I'm
truck right now.
currently looking. I'm actually looking right now. I was actually looking at a little Honda Civic the other day, and gets about 30 to 35 miles a gallon.
But
Yeah.
you plan on keeping your truck too, or are you trying to trade
Oh
it
yeah,
in?
yeah. Oh yeah, I have to have the truck. I've got to have the truck for guide for sure. Plus, I have the boat and the trailer. Yeah, I'll
Nice.
just park the truck in the garage during the summer.
I'll
what-
just put a.
So you'll be home in what, 3/4 of an hour?
Yeah, about that. I got to stop at the boss's place and give him my schedule. Like I said, they completely redid my schedule.
Ooh.
Yesterday was a good day. It was the ending of 6 weeks of absolute hell, and or 2 days ago was rather, and I'm on a different schedule now with a different person, and the schedule it's on. I guess they consider that the opposite weekend, but I was looking at it and like, oh my God, these are all the days that my outfitter boss wanted me to work. Now I'm available because it's on the opposite weekend. Where before he's like, Ron, I don't have a whole lot of days for you for turkey season. That's coming up in less than a month.
Skip said the fire department was there after you left, Paul.
Yeah, I know they did. They showed up in the afternoon.
I only got about another 2 minutes to be with you, but Paul Hodges, dear God, I had to take the Manitoba Hunter Safety Course the other day.
No kidding. Yeah.
Sweet Jesus, was that long and painful. Easy as hell, but I'm talking 6-8 hours of online little videos and questions and quizzes and one final, I think it was a 100-question exam, and oh my God, and stupid. My
Yeah.
gosh.
Should you
Yeah.
point your rifle at your friend's ass? Yes or
That's
no?
for the bear hunt, isn't it?
You do pull the trigger, make sure you mean it the first shot.
Yeah. Is that for the bear hunt?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said I got about 1 more minute with you. As soon as I start up this hill, I think I lose cell coverage. You can see. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep. Yep.
Here's it's coming up. Oops. Turn it around. There we go. It's coming up out of Sundance. Still got lots of snow. Yeah.
Wow, yeah, they do have lots of snow yet.
Oh yeah. I don't know how the hell we're going to get these turkey blinds in the woods ready for in 3 weeks. I don't think the snow's going to be gone in 3 weeks.
You
Yeah.
see up in California on the ski resorts, the snow.
Oh yeah.
It's up to the top of the ski lifts. They can't even run the ski lifts because there's so much snow.
I know. It's terrible.
Oh, Skip, by the way, too, Uncle Bill said that Uncle Bill from Uncle Bill's Toys or whatever, he said that if you did a good deal on that video card, he'd get it from you. So I know he was looking for a newer one.
Hmm.
I don't know if he's still interested in it, but he said that the other day. He said if you got a good enough deal on it, he'd get it.
Guys, if you're still on in about 45 minutes, I'll rejoin you.
Okay.
Okay.
If not,
Well,
we'll
we wanna
catch you
see
tomorrow.
we want to see all the critters running for your truck.
Yeah. Look, I'm sure they're probably, it's getting close to the feeding hour. Yeah, they'll probably be there. So yeah, I'll bring them on. So oh man.
Starting to
Uh,
freeze.
I
He's
was just-
frozen.
I was just gonna ask him what the meaning of life was. Damn it.
Yeah. I think we all need to know that answer.
The meaning of
Oh.
life, never mind that. No one
Us.
ever find what a woman is.
Yeah.
It's
I think there's more chance of finding out what the meaning of life is, though.
Yep, he's gone.
Yep.
Well, you know,
He's
the
out.
funny thing is, he knows where his cell coverage starts and ends, and
Mm.
he said, I'm going to lose you right shortly here. So,
Yep.
gone.
Does anybody know what the name of the seven C's?
Seven
No.
Seas, what's your name?
Yep. That's a good question.
He
No,
should be
because to be
His email is everything
history
history.
history official.
Everything history official.
at Gmail. Yeah. Oh, he'll probably come back there and tell you in a minute. So, what's your name? 7C.
Or her. We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're an equal opportunity stream here. We don't know.
That ain't gonna be the first time we were wrong. We
Exactly.
were referring to somebody as a guy and it turned out to be a girl.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we've been there.
I know Gitchy Gumi, everybody thought she was a dude for a while there, and then
Yep.
she corrected us one day. She said, I'm a woman.
That's that airline stewardess or something. Isn't she or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, she's the one that travels all over the place.
Yeah.
She goes to all kinds of countries.
Mm.
I'm thinking it might be a female because she in the last email we got, hey guys, you know how many?
Yeah. It could be.
That
Well,
sounds like kind of. I could be wrong.
Well, I'll go to,
Uh,
okay, about. Located out of Belgium. Huh. Seventeen. Okay, videos, shorts. Yeah, done shorts, playlist, community. channels, everything history and about. Doesn't say male or female. Okay.
Well, the short videos that they're putting up are all somebody that's on the boat. So I'm wondering if it's somebody that's actually like does ships. Cause the point of view of some of those shorts is somebody standing on the ship. It's not a drone. Oh, that sideways launch was pretty cool.
Cool.
The Merchant Navy. Bay of Biscay, where's that at?
I thought that was in India. I might be wrong.
Well, I see we didn't get a name, did we?
No,
Not yet.
not yet. Hello, Jody.
Hey, Judy.
Drone shots. Jody.
Bay of Biscay is a gulf of the northeast Atlantic Ocean, south of the Celtic Sea. Along the western coast of France.
Okay. Well, I was nowhere near.
From Brest south to the Spanish border. I don't know what the hell that is.
I know where it is then.
We've got whoever it is has got two channels, the Seven Seas and then everything history. Got
So
two
yeah,
channels.
this is it right here, Bay of Biscay.
Yeah,
So they must be located in France, maybe, or one of
France
these
or
countries,
Spain.
yeah.
What's that?
Well, I mean, there's no
Right.
telling because there's so many countries that could be living here and just traveled there. And
Well, they said they're
Portugal
from,
is just down around the bend. Yeah.
they said
Well,
they're from,
when you are in Europe, Europe is a very small place. You can travel anywhere.
uh,
well, that's what I'm saying. So I ain't no telling where they're from.
Yeah,
What's up, drone shot? Jody?
I say that often. Oh, Europe's a small place. And then people say, oh, no, this, and that. And then I say, yeah, I'm in Australia.
Well, what's cool about, when you go to Europe, or any of the neighboring countries, there's so
Yeah.
many different countries to visit.
It's very easy.
Where-
Yeah.
Where here in the US, we can either go to Mexico or go up there and play with the Canadians. About our
Well, in
only two
Australia,
options.
we can't go anywhere without flying. So,
Right.
it's
Well,
island
you guys,
life as usual.
well, I would say you guys have, what is it? What's right off the coast?
New Zealand,
That's not that far off your coast, though, is it?
New Zealand's about 4 hours.
Oh, is it
Same
that far?
distance from
Yeah.
Melbourne to Perth than Melbourne to Auckland.
That's what, about, how far off the coast is it? About,
Well, yeah, unless you're referring to Tasmania, which is still part of Australia, that's only an hour.
I would say if it's a 4-hour flight, then it's gotta be close to. It can't be more than over 1,000 miles, is it?
New Zealand, yeah, it is. It is. Yeah,
Wow, I
you've got
didn't
to
think
go
it was,
through the Tasman Sea.
wow, I didn't think of it, cause on the map, it doesn't look like it's that, it looks like maybe a few hundred miles off the coast.
No, I wouldn't say Tasmania is a few hundred, but that's south of us, whereas New Zealand is east of us.
Okay. So I guess that wouldn't be a short little boat ride then. I was gonna say that, I
No, it
wouldn't
isn't.
really. If it was only like 100 miles or so, it wouldn't take that long on a boat.
Well, there is a ferry from Melbourne to Tasmania, but that takes 12 hours.
Jesus. I guess if you wanna take the scenic route.
Oh, yeah, because you can take your car. Spirit of
Yeah.
Tasmania, just chuck the car on there and you can go driving through Tasmania.
Guess that would be a cool little trip to take
It
there.
is. I haven't
Have
done
you-
it personally, but I've spoken to many people that have. But yeah, New Zealand is a longer distance away.
Yeah, cause when you look at it, it almost kind of looks like, what Taiwan is to China, kind of. It doesn't look like it's that far. Cause Taiwan's only, I think, 100 miles off the coast of
Mm.
China, something like that. Not super far.
according to Google, Melbourne to Auckland is 3 hours, 25 minutes.
Okay.
So it's a similar, it's actually probably just a few minutes longer to get to Perth.
That's gotta be over 1,000 miles then because it takes 5.5 hours to get from one side of the US to the other.
Yeah, well,
Right.
it's probably, I think it's 4.5 to get to Perth, and that's 3,000 kilometers, which is what, 1,800 or so
Wow.
miles?
Okay.
But you've got to take into account going either way, there is a time difference. New
Yeah.
Zealand are 2 hours in front. So when you get there, it's actually going to be 5 hours. The flight
Now-
time is 3 hours. You add the 2 hours on top of it.
Yeah, see, we just don't have any real good places to go over here. Like I said, you got Canada,
Mm.
but then you really don't want to go in Mexico. And I really wouldn't want to travel too much around South America because it's sketchy as shit down there.
Oh, definitely. But the whole point of my discussion is that there are no places,
Yeah, you're stuck.
no international places where you could drive there.
Right.
Well, and some of those third world countries, not necessarily European ones, but you get down off the coast of South America and some other places, and there's pirates and there's all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff going on. And man,
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, because in order to get to South America, if you were going to drive, you would have to go through Mexico. And shit, I'm not
Exactly.
doing that.
And
There's
there's
that.
your problem.
I'm not driving. I wouldn't send my dog through Mexico, let alone myself. Yeah, Mexico used to be a nice place, but yeah, it's too dangerous.
Marshall goes down there all the time, but he
Ah.
must know what to do and how to act. And but me from the north, I wouldn't know how to present myself or what to do, what not to do, where to go, where not to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Marshall might not be necessarily crossing in really bad areas, though. And if he is, then that's not being very smart. I'm sorry. You're taking your chances at that point. I don't care how much you think you know the
Yeah.
other side.
And I don't think AZ goes into Mexico very often at all.
I don't think AZ likes leaving the continental United States.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't think Dre goes or any of our friends out west.
David loves the United States. Yeah, he doesn't really have a want to really go too much outside of it.
And I don't think Steve Carpenter does, or a lot of people don't go.
I would love to go around to some European countries, and I would definitely like to see South Korea and Japan. If I had to pick 2 Asian countries to go to, those would be my choices. But yeah, I would love to go to Europe and go to France and the UK, and there's quite a few countries I wouldn't mind going and checking out.
Paul used to like to go on cruises all the time.
Yep.
Now, did you go to South America at all on the cruise?
Just in the Caribbean, but I've gone to Belize. That's just out about a minute of Mexico, but I think it's another country. But you don't feel comfortable in those places.
Yeah,
You
your
know-
sister just came back from a trip down there, didn't she?
Cuba.
She was in Cuba,
Yeah.
but what's that other place down there that I go to? You don't leave the resort; you stay there. But Belize, that was you get off, guys there with AK-47 dogs and freaking everything else there. They're there to protect the tourists, but
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder why anybody would even want to go there.
yeah,
Because like if I'm going to a place and it's like that where I can't leave the facilities, what's the point? Like, I
Yeah,
don't even
you
see
got
the
you
point
got to
of
look
going.
over your shoulder all the time, and
Yeah, screw that noise. I
Um,
just would rather not go to a place like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And why tour companies would want to take people to areas like that, I just don't understand that. That's to me is
or
stupid.
why people would want to go to places like that. I mean, if you're
Or-
that blind and dumb about tourism, why the hell would you go there?
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's like, why would you want to go somewhere that you can't even go and experience local cuisines and walk
Yeah.
around and like, if you can't do that, then I'm not going. That's,
Yeah,
to me,
yeah.
it's a waste. And like I said, why cruise companies and stuff take people to places like that is beyond me.
And why people spend big money to go.
Yeah. Honduras, that's the other place I've been to.
Honduras.
Yeah, you got to stay in the resort. Well, like even the Bahamas, there's areas there that you don't go to. There's that one place over in, it's called St. Thomas over in San Juan. Same thing. There's one area they said don't go near there. You know, like you go on a tour, but you go out with local people that offer tours for the cruise lines, right? You go with them, but yeah, the Honduras, that was another bad place. Yeah. Trying to think. Because we were on a small, what the hell was it?
Greenland, Finland, and Iceland, I guess, is supposed to be nice.
Oh, Finland looks really nice. I was actually watching some videos on Finland yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really nice country. Well, they don't have a problem with like terrorist organizations in there, like some of the kind of second and third world areas that some tour places take you.
Well, I know that there's
That's
a
a
lot of
very modern.
migration coming out of third world countries are penetrating into Europe, and the Europeans aren't necessarily all excited about it.
Well, yeah, and like the UK and stuff, they have a lot of people from the Middle East moving there,
Yep,
from a lot of the, like Afghanistan, different
their
third world
Muslim
Middle.
population has exploded. Yep.
I think it was, if I'm right, I was in Belize. We went to the zoo, which is outside of the town of Belize, on a tour, but there was a bullet hole in the window where I sat.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just went, okay.
Just makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Huh? Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is too, is when you're in really bad areas where they say, oh, you can't leave the resort. At any time, an armed group of dudes could decide they're gonna try to storm that place,
Oh, yeah.
and then what, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been times where that's happened in areas like that. Where, a group of like terrorists stormed a hotel and killed a bunch of people and
Well, like
yeah,
even
screw
Port
that.
Hawaii and stuff like that, it's being run by cartels and everything now. Like you want to go there or Mazatlan and all them. Yeah, it's no, wouldn't catch me going there.
That's why I would never, that's why I don't understand why some of these people wanna go to Mexico. Screw that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's nothing against the Mexican people, but until they can get their shit together down there, I would never spend any money down there. or
But
my time.
apparently, like, you go to places like Cuba, you can go down into the worst areas, and you're as safe as hell because they won't do anything to the tourists, especially Canadians or Germans. They
Oh, it's probably because they'll get a lot worse for screwing with you because that's the only little bit of money they have coming in.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The government's probably threatening the shit out of them. You touch them and you're done.
Well, I down in places like Cuba and stuff like that, you get caught stealing, they'll cut your hand off. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. So they probably are very stern to the local population. Don't screw with
Yeah.
the tourists.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you and your whole family are gonna disappear. You know, because that's the only little bit of money that they have coming in, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, they depend on the tourists, right?
right, so yeah, it makes sense why they would be so hardcore about that.
I'd say somebody needs to put a new battery in the clock.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's 20 minutes behind,
Yeah.
but see, it's still after 5 o'clock. See, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah. Must be a little warmer out. They got shorts and
Yeah.
t-shirts.
I don't think I have like I said, I don't even think, maybe besides the oven, our microwave doesn't even have a, oh no, I think it has a clock on it.
Mine does, but it's got to be set.
But I don't ever worry about the oven or the microwave, to be honest with you.
No.
I don't ever set those because I don't, like I said, between my smartwatch, my cell phone, my computer, everything's digitalized and changes itself, so I don't pay attention to the non stuff. I think about the only clock I ever screw with is the one in the car. That's it.
Yeah.
Like I will change the one in the car if like the battery goes dead or if the time changes, I definitely change it, but. Cause when I'm in my work truck, I actually look at that clock quite a bit, so. They actually screwed me one day. I frickin', was in St. Cloud. And the battery got changed the day before and I forgot to change the time.
Oh, yeah.
And it was an hour behind of what the time was, and I frickin', it screwed me up. I got home an hour early and didn't realize it. I was like, oh,
Very true, Edward. Very true.
Oops. Yeah.
what Edward say?
He says, pretty much any country you go to, there's areas where you don't want to go. You have to do your research.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's true. But that's true 100%. But I'm talking about like the places like Paul was talking where you just, you know, you're pretty much confined to one little area. And then if you go outside of that area, you're almost guaranteed you're gonna get, something's gonna happen to you. Like those are the places I don't wanna go to. But like if you were to go to like England, right? I'm sure there's probably bad areas in England you wouldn't wanna go to.
Yep,
Right.
there's bad areas in Australia as well.
Yeah, so like, but I'm saying for the most part, when you get off the ship, if I was to take a cruise to Australia and get off in Queensland, you know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't, I wouldn't have to worry about stepping off the ship and immediately getting jumped by somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a little bit difference.
Yeah.
Hey, Dominic, what country is it and what city that is known for having the big an area with all the hookers and prostitutes and the windows and stuff? And
Amsterdam's known for
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna say, other than Amsterdam.
okay,
Yeah, they're the ones that have the legal, what is it, the brothels?
yeah,
Yeah.
but they also have it out but north of Vegas too, right?
Yeah, in like the Pahrump area, Pahrump, Nevada.
Yeah.
In that area, yeah, they have legal brothels out there. And I believe that's the only legal place in the United States that has it. But you know, a lot of people will say, well, why not just make it legal? Well, the problem is then that can create a human trafficking issue as well.
Exactly.
You
We
know
got
what I'm
enough
saying?
of that as it is.
Because if you start letting legal brothels pop up, yeah, they might be legal on paper, but you don't know if those girls are there willingly or not.
Being traded properly. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Or if they're just there on their own free will, you know?
Yeah, they're very carefully screened down here.
Yep.
That's a-
AZ says Amsterdam. Yep. Netherlands.
Well, then that just opens up a whole nother market of crap that the government has to regulate.
Yeah.
And guess who has to pay for that? The taxpayer.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
because they'd have to
we've
have
got
some
our
kind
own
of,
act down here.
right, because you'd
got
have to have some
legislation.
government agency doing it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
AZ, I just was thinking about all the different places that you don't want to go in the world. And there's some places that I would say are this kind of situation where you can go, you know?
Yeah, I remember when Michael Moore was making those videos about the US versus other countries, and he was trying to say other countries, oh, none of them have ghettos like the US. None of them have bad neighborhoods.
no.
And the one he was really pushing for was, and I don't know, I mean, Hodges would know more than me because he lives up there, but Michael Moore was trying to say that Canada doesn't have any bad neighborhoods.
Oh, you haven't been to Toronto?
Yeah, he was, did you ever watch that documentary he did?
Yeah.
Oh, he
No.
was praising Canada, saying Canada was the safest place and they don't have problems with any kind of illegal stuff up there, and they don't have
Oh.
any bad neighborhoods. And
Like now, London over here is getting to be as bad as Toronto. We're having shootings now, and it just there was a guy yesterday sitting at a train crossing, like in his car, waiting for the train to go by. Guy come up, opened the door, and stabbed him for no reason at all. They didn't even know each other. But I see they just caught him today. So
I see AZ is a little bit of a world traveler because he says you want to see some of the wonders of the world, like Amsterdam and the Netherlands.
yeah, there you go for a red light. You can smoke a joint while you're there too.
You can smoke from both ends.
well, I
Oh.
think
They were the first ones where you could smoke, pot shops and
and I think there was kind of a misconception about Amsterdam to a certain extent, because I think it's kind of like Michigan and stuff where you can smoke legally, you can go in and buy it, but I don't think you're technically allowed to smoke out on the street or in a car.
I
I
think
think
you
they
can
have-
only smoke in cafes.
Yeah, I think they have that same rule over there, like you have to be indoors and it's not. Because people have this like big misconception about Amsterdam, like you can just walk down the street smoking a 3-foot joint.
Mm.
Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. But it's one of those things, a lot of tourists probably go over there naive thinking that they, from shit people told them, and then they get over there and they probably get in trouble a lot for doing stuff they shouldn't be
Mm.
doing.
yeah.
Because it's just like Vegas, people think that there's a lot of people that think that
Okay.
prostitution is legal in Vegas and it's not. Just like in Vegas, people think it's okay to drink outside. If you're on the strip, it is, as long as it's not glassware. But once you go off that strip, you better not have nothing in your hand. And on Fremont Street, you're allowed to drink outside. Ugh. This inflation is getting freaking stupid. Tell you what. These interest rates go up anymore, ain't nobody gonna be able to afford to buy anything.
Can't now. Look, I think we're higher than you guys are right now. And plus, we got taxes that are a thing, and we got more taxes coming 1st of April.
Yeah, we're the biggest problem. One of the big problems we're facing with now is the auto industry's like on the verge of freaking collapsing.
Well,
So bad.
making everything unaffordable, so.
Yeah, it is, Edward, only in a small part of Nevada. Like the Pahrump area. Not in the Vegas area, though. Yeah, Ford actually is doing mandatory or voluntary layoffs right now.
Yes.
So you can volunteer for them to lay you off and you get a severance package. And I think you get 1 month for every, what was it? 1 month for every 2 years you were there or something like that. So you can get
Ooh.
up to a year's worth of pay. But you have to be like a really long-term employee.
Yeah,
I can't remember. It was something, but it was only up to a year, but you had to be like a 20-year plus employee to get that. Like I said, and you can tell because like the trucks that our company ordered, they're taking forever delivering them. By the time we get the last ones, the first ones are gonna be freaking ready to be retired at the rate they're going. Cause I think we're only averaging like 5 to 10 a month they're delivering and that's it.
yeah, well, everything's getting priced out of the market, so. They figure big recession gonna hit all at once, so.
I got to look at somebody's Ford Maverick the other day, the one we were getting. Somebody at one of the shops had one and I took a peek in there and they were letting me look at it. It was pretty nice for what you pay for. Yeah, there's like one county in, it's either a county or a city in Nevada that allows it. It's whatever county Pahrump, Nevada's in. I don't remember what the name of that county is. But that was where that real famous one was, Edward, that was on HBO, the Bunny Ranch. That's where that one was located. And that place was making like, what was it, something crazy, like 5 million a month or something. It's pulling in there before, but that guy that owned it passed away like 7 or 8 years ago. So I don't even know if it's still around, to be honest with you. So you gotta do 3 weeks of her show,
3 weeks.
huh? Where are they traveling besides the South Florida drum meet, Dominic? Dominic.
Dominic,
Sorry.
you gotta do 3 weeks of her shows?
Yeah, sorry.
What, where the hell is she going?
I don't know.
Well, I know they're going to the South Florida drum
Yeah,
meet,
they're
but
going
that's
to,
only
and
for a couple
I think
days.
it's going to take them a week to. They want a week to prepare.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
sorry, I'm a little bit distracted at the moment. And the thunderstorm has hit, and it is pretty severe.
oh,
So I'm just hoping that the lights,
internet.
lights and everything don't go out.
The internet holds out for you.
Yeah, the internet holds out, or I might have to switch over to my phone. So if I'm only half listening.
Well, we were, you said you were gonna cover for her for
Yeah,
3 weeks and
yeah,
Justin
3
said,
Friday.
yeah, they're going to the South Florida meetup, and that's what 4 or 5 day trip.
Yeah, I think it's because they're not doing anything Thursday night because I think they're preparing and putting their, what do you call that?
Well, Max has got a lot of shit to take.
Yeah. So it's obviously just.
And they
packing.
just do a weekly show, right?
Yeah.
Well,
She does
Tammy
it.
does. Max is very, very sparse.
Yeah, he does it when he feels like it.
Yeah, you only see him like once every like 6 shows.
Mm.
He's not on there all the time.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Is it like tornado type thunderstorm?
Oh, well, what you would call tornado like thunderstorm. No, it's
Like
not that bad.
Oh, okay.
So it's not high winds and
No, it just I got up this morning, went to check on the sunset, and it was absolutely bright red. And I'm thinking that's not good. So I checked the weather, my weather app on the lightning heat map, and it was about 40 kilometers west. And I'm going, oh shit.
yeah.
Edward said, I think Dominic was researching the brothels in Nevada. Yeah, I think he's making a trip to Nevada.
Most definitely.
He's
Next
putting
week
it on his trip list.
Yeah.
Next week he's going to be live from Nevada.
Yes.
You've never been to the US, have you?
I went as a 13-year-old.
No, that don't really count though. That
Yeah, I haven't
you
been as an adult.
you probably don't
brother-
remember much of it, huh?
I do remember a lot actually.
Do you?
I went from 1976 to 1983 because my brother was there. He was a commuter pilot out of Texas and Nebraska. Texas, Omaha, and
So were you here
Oklahoma, and Nebraska.
were you here for like a year or two or something?
I went there 5 times,
I don't know.
5 or 6
okay.
times for about 6 or so weeks.
So because he must have had been able to fly you out there, right?
What's up, Laura? What's up, Tim?
No, he was just a commuter pilot, meaning he flew small planes from
Oh.
small airports to each other.
So what did you do? Take flights over or what?
Yeah.
So you were a world traveler at a young age.
Yes. I traveled to Europe to see relatives in Italy. I went through France and Germany as a 13-year-old. Went to probably 20 or so states in the US when I was probably between the ages of 8 and 14
Wow.
during your
Oh.
summer. So I went to Florida because we went to both Disney World and Disneyland.
Oh, so you went to California and Florida.
Yep. California, Florida, New York, Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska. I'm just saying these off the top of my head. Probably more the middle of America and the East Coast. If I know my geography well. But I enjoyed Texas. I enjoyed Florida, but that's 40 years ago. So I've always said I want to go back.
Yeah, there's a lot of Texas running jack shit for miles.
Yeah, I know.
Drive through the fat ass part of Texas. Oh my God, it's the most boring drive ever.
Yeah, I know.
'Cause
I
there ain't
remember that.
nothing out there.
I remember that. We're in the southern part of Texas as well. Well, the rain has slowed down now, so it's not as hard as it was.
Not as vigorous as it was, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's been an exciting morning then. Waking up to this. Yep. And with all that excitement, I didn't say hello to Laura or Tim.
Well, Laura and Tim are here.
Yes. Oh my God.
Hey, Tim and Laura. All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna run. I got more work.
Okay.
Okay, Paul.
No, good luck.
all the corners. I got about 40 feet of corners to do. So,
Are you going to be busy in the morning, probably?
actually, at this point in time, I'm caught up on the regular signs, but it's calling for rain tomorrow, so I'm not gonna do the bigger signs. I might go get some lumber tomorrow, but and get it cut, get it ready. But I'll be around.
Okay.
So, but anyways,
Hey, Paul.
Okay,
You have a
guys.
good evening.
Later,
yep.
Paul.
Talk to you guys. Yep.
Yeah,
Bye.
later.
Oh, Tim, did you catch the new Bertha video this morning? That was pretty funny. That video came out pretty good. This time she had a police warrant for assaulting an officer.
Laura wants to know how you could mess her, Dominic.
Well, when you've got a severe thunderstorm going on in the background, it's a bit of a distraction.
Well, it's easy to miss such a small, insignificant channel.
Hey, did you see World Baseball yesterday, last evening? Japan beat the United States in the finals.
Oh, okay.
Oh, if there's one country that loves baseball probably more than the United States, it's Japan.
Japan. Yeah.
Oh God,
we
did they
lost
have?
to them as well.
They had some hell of a pitching staff. Wow.
Yeah.
And when it comes to American culture, Japan has adopted baseball
Yeah.
like crazy. They absolutely love their baseball. Because like I said, it kind of seems like over the last 30 or so years, it seems like football's kind of taken baseball's place in the US. Because you can just see it, right? You can watch a standard NFL game, just a middle of the season game, right? And look at the stadium, the fucking stadium's packed to the gills, right? Like completely packed. Every seat's full. But then you watch like a baseball game and half the stadium's empty. Like there's just not that many people in there. Like you can tell that baseball is kind of, I'm not going to say they don't still have tons of fans out there, but it doesn't seem to be as popular as it was like 40, 50, 60 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It seems like football's kind of taken that place. I see Laura's pointing out that she has a bigger channel than you, Dominic.
I didn't say that. I know. There's a fact there.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me though, that they beat us in baseball. Like I said, they really ran with that sport.
Yeah. Yeah, because Australia got knocked out pretty early, but it took a few scalps with them.
That's why I laugh when I hear people over here in the US say, you know, because I've met people that live over here that, you know, growing up here like me, and they always say, oh, man, the United States just doesn't have culture like other countries. And I'm thinking, look how many countries have adopted a lot of US culture.
Exactly.
Hmm. Yeah, Ron's back. He's missed
Think
all the
about it.
excitement.
Think about it, Dominic. If you want to go big in the music industry and be worldwide, or even in movies, where do you have to go to?
Exactly.
You have to make it big in the US.
Yep.
Like if you become big in the United States, you're going to be worldwide
Hmm.
overnight. Everybody around the
Definitely.
world's going to know who you are. But there's
Definitely.
really famous people, like you probably have really famous bands and singers in Australia
Yep.
that are really famous there, but not a lot of people outside of there probably ever heard of them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
But if they,
if I named a couple of Australian bands, other than say AC/DC, which everybody would know,
ran because they came to the US.
yeah,
Just like the Beatles, you know.
Hey,
That's what I'm
Ron,
saying.
you gotta unmute yourself, buddy.
yeah, because if I mentioned sort of like Birds of Tokyo, which is they're pretty big down here, I don't think you'd know them.
I've never heard of them. No.
Exactly. Jet is another one. I think they released a few in America. Trying to think of other Australian bands. You wouldn't know the Angels. You wouldn't know. Trying to think of other bands that Uncanny X-Men and Brian Mannix. You wouldn't know, but they were real. Most of the ones I've said were really big here. So
Laura says that Justin, I have more subs than Dominic.
Yeah, but what Laura doesn't realize is Dominic rides the coattails of Matt, so you know, combined they have more subs.
So he's
Yeah.
under the umbrella.
Yeah.
Justin, I don't know if Sarah's in the chat. I am still cracking up about her comments yesterday. She said, she goes, Ron, I'm going to go cut someone. And I'm like, you know, I said, those thoughts ran across my mind as well. She goes, hey, we ride at dawn. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I was cracking up all night about that. I
Mm.
thought it was funny.
Oh, she's
I'm gonna cut some
actually,
bitch.
that's what she said in the chat one day when they were
What's that?
talking about Hazel. She said, I'll cut a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice
Never
word.
tangle with a scorned woman.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. On the final stretch. Thank God. I was having a hard time getting home today.
Oh, I didn't know
So-
that, Edward. Interesting.
Mm.
So Ron, you see any eagles or any animals on the road or?
You know, I've hardly saw a critter today. Saw about 10 deer up the road a little bit, but no eagles. I haven't seen as many eagles this year as I have last. Mainly because I haven't seen as much roadkill. You see roadkill, you're going to see eagles.
Mm.
But they're getting ready to head back up north pretty soon. A lot of them.
They go up into Canada,
They go back to Alaska.
Alaska. Okay.
Yeah, they migrate down out of Alaska. Boy, the lake. Oh my God. I tell you, with all the snow and rain and stuff we've gotten this year, the lakes, it's filled up pretty good this year. We'll see if I got any critters in the yard. Wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, they finally started building in this one area over here where I live because there was eagle nests there, so they had to wait for them to vacate.
Yeah.
And so they finally, I guess the eagles finally up and left, so they started building there.
They had a guy, I read an article this year that Osprey
Okay.
built a big nest on
Thank you.
top of the mast of his boat. He Fish and Game wouldn't let him use his boat.
Oh, I was just about to say that, Ron. Well, you know what's funny is over the Christmas holiday, right at one of the job sites, they had a crane and they noticed that an eagle started taking stuff up to the top of it. Well, they hurried up and got there before the eagle built the nest and knocked it down, put the crane to
Yeah.
the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, they like to sit up high.
Yeah,
This
they
is-
ended up. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that I'm about half a mile plus from the house down below it. This is the state land. This is where I think Oliver came down and met his final match. Poor dude. I miss him. I thought I'd get attached to a deer. You guys all met him. He's a pretty cool dude.
They only make it, what, like 2-3 years before they're huntable? I guess, or they're sought out.
Yeah, yeah. It takes a good 2-3 years for them to get half decent sized racks on them. Usually closer to 3. Depends on what state you're hunting in. You know, some people are not picky. You know, will shoot the first thing they see.
Yeah, if I was an animal,
But-
I would just stay in Yellowstone.
Mm.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, that's your safest place, and ain't nobody hunting in there.
Yeah. The only thing you got to worry about there is the wolves and the grizzlies. When they wake up, they're bitchy as hell.
Can a grizzly chase down a deer in full speed though? Because
Oh,
deers
God,
are
yes.
fast, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
grizzlies are. They're faster. They're just as no, maybe not quite as fast, but their endurance is longer,
Mm.
and they
Okay.
can cover some serious ground quick. They chase down elk. They're not going to catch an antelope, but yeah, they chase down elk. The wolves, well, when they pack up, they'll come after an elk or a deer. They're pretty slick.
Well, that's like as fast as cheetahs are. They can only do it for a couple
Stop
minutes
it.
and then they're done.
Yeah, they got very small lungs. Same thing with a mountain lion. Check my mail. Haven't done that in a week or so. Probably got 100 bills in there. That's what's different about us out here in Wyoming. My mailbox is about a quarter mile from the house. Uh-oh. Oh, lots of mail.
Oh, great.
It's not all bills.
Edward says the band, the Seekers were
The
big.
Seekers,
years
yeah.
ago.
They were big in the 60s and 70s.
Never heard of them either. Although sometimes you'll know a band's song, but you won't know the band until somebody says it.
Yeah.
Because you know, there's those iconic songs that you'll hear for years and years, but you'll never, unless you
Yeah.
actually look into it, you don't ever realize who the actual singer is. You just know the song.
Yeah. Mm.
That's like for the longest time when I was young, I thought Ozzy Osbourne was American because he doesn't sound.
Yeah.
He totally
exactly.
loses his accent when he would sing.
Yeah. It's strange, isn't it?
And then when I first heard him, like just talking, I was like, holy shit. Because he has like a super deep accent and it's like hard to understand him. It's so thick.
Mm. Yeah.
But it's weird how people lose their accents when they sing though. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
everybody kinda, I guess the best way to describe it is everybody kinda sounds American when they sing. not everyone, but a lot of the people from the European countries will almost sound American when they're singing.
Hmm.
I'm gonna drive the loop around the neighborhood, see if anybody
Oh.
spots me.
Oh, great.
Instead of just pulling down my street, you can do a big loop. A lot of times they're down around the corner.
Hmm.
But
Oh. Too much of a loop.
it's pretty small. About another 30 seconds, I'll be to the house.
Team America. That's such a stupid but funny movie, Wayne.
Yeah.
See if they're on my neighbor's porch. No, not today. We're in these woods. Hey guys, where are you? Nope, don't see anybody. Huh. Oh, yes, I do. Dear God, I'm not even home. This is
They're already
funny.
there.
They're already here. Yeah, right there they are.
What are you gonna do about them tearing up your yard, though?
I don't know. Yeah.
Or are they like tearing up your porches or anything, or just the grass?
No, it's just the grass. But yeah, right there they are. Hey guys. Ron's home. All right. There's only 3 of them today. Well, I guess I better go get the corn.
So the herd's there?
Yeah, they are.
All right.
Yeah,
Good to
they're
hear.
here.
That's what keeps you young, my man. He
They
just shakes
crack
his
me
head.
up.
You know, the Herd family depends upon Ron Lockwood.
I went around the loop of the neighborhood. Didn't see anybody. I started coming up to the house. I'm like, well, that's why I didn't see anyone, because they're at my house. I said about 4 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's 4:20. Well, standing there staring at me. All right, guys, hold on.
Walk in and go feed them first.
That's important. That's the most important thing of the day.
It is.
Have you got a new favorite one yet?
No. There's one of the females. One doe. I think it's the one from last summer. It's real bitchy. Well, the other female has the 2 yearling fawns, and she's mean to them. Kicks them all the time. She's a bitch. Oh God, that was a long drive. Hold on. Home sweet home. Walk out back. Camera right here. Shoot. Where is the container? Railroad. Oh, I left it outside. Yep. They started to walk away. They didn't find food, and then they. Hello.
Okay, lucky.
Mm.
Papa's home.
You guys crack me up.
All right, guys, I'm off.
Hey, Justin, thanks for coming in, buddy.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. I don't know if there's anybody else coming or not. Nope. I don't see anyone. Yeah, Paul, I didn't even pull in the driveway yet. And they're here. That cracks me up.
Well, they know.
They know.
They know. It's like Mia. She knows exactly what time of day it is regarding feeding time. You know,
Yeah.
they know. Okay, Ron, I'm going to let you get settled. I think I'm going to call it, buddy.
All right, man.
And you take care. It's good seeing you, and stay out of trouble until next we see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll, catch you all later.
Yep. Okay. All right, Brian. We'll see you. Everybody in the
All right.
chat, thanks for being here. We'll see everybody next time.